We bought a Fiat Panda.
Yep, we bought a car here in Italy. Wasn't really planning on it, but we did. So we're going to share our experience with you.
As we said, it was not our idea to buy a car when we moved to Italy, and we rely on public transportation, buses, trains, for over a year. But it's not enough if you want to go to certain places.
After debating and using public transportation for over a year, we decided to buy a car. The first issue is having a driver's license.
Because as you know, Italy and the US do not have a treaty. So I had to get the Italian driver license, and I explained the whole process in a previous video that you can go and check it out. Anyway, I did the process and we started our search for the car.
We knew we wanted to buy a used car, nothing too old and nothing too fancy. Because of Cynthia's driver's license, it required us to have a smaller engine. So we decided on a Fiat Panda.
Small enough for the narrow roads in Italy and big enough to put our bags and gelato in the car for some road trips. Here's where the Italian car adventure began.
We went to a car dealership near our home. To our surprise, the car salesmen weren't like lions in the jungle ready to pounce. Pretty laid back environment. When we walked in, they kind of looked at us like, what are you doing here?
Anyway, we asked to test drive a Fiat Panda, and there was only one that was hybrid, and we decided to buy that one. We signed all the paperwork and we decided to do a little bit of financing to create some type of history.
Side note, here in Italy, credit history scores aren't really a thing, but you do want to create some type of history.
Back to the story. Once we finished signing everything, the salesman said, well, I'll call you in 2 weeks when it's ready. And we were like, what, 2 weeks?
It turns out that no matter how you buy a car here, be it with cash or financing, it's going to take you a week to 10 days for the process to go through. They have to transfer the title and the tags in your name, and it gives you time to get auto insurance for your vehicle. We did ours online. It cost us roughly around 800 euros for the year. Remember, Cynthia is still considered a new driver here in Italy, even though she's been driving for 30 years.
Finally, the day arrived and we picked up our cute Panda. We got our car. So, it's a Fiat Panda. Let's drive it out. Now, you know how in the States they will walk you through the car and give you the features and all that stuff? Well, that wasn't the case here. He gave us the key and basically was like, well, go straight to the gas station because the tank is empty. And the tank was really empty. The light was on. Okay, something different. When you get the car, it's basically empty. So we have an empty tank, we have to go and get gas. Well, it takes 65 euros to fill up the tank. So now we know gas is expensive in Europe. So here's the car, and we're gonna give you a quick tour. The door's locked from the handle. That's something that we saw unique.
So very simple design, which is nice. Analog, speedometer, and then you have your fuel and everything in here.
And you show the battery assist.
The battery assist. 6 gears. So the windows for the front are controlled here. Everything's controlled AC. Has a little display that you can plug your smartphone into, and you can do all your navigation, music, whatever you need to do there. The brand Panda is like spelled out here in all the little spots they could put Panda. It's everywhere. I don't know if you can see it or not. There you go. It's kind of cool.
Now let's check the back. There is not a lot of room. If Scott is driving, of course the seat is pulled back, so you know, less room.
But plenty of room for gelato.
Plenty of room for gelato, that's true. We can still tell people in the back, roll down your window.
Yeah, roll down your window, yeah. And then the trunk space.
Again, it says Panda.
Small trunk, but it does the trick.
And also the seat goes down, so you have more space. And they did provide something that is mandatory here in Italy.
The reflective vest.
The vest.
And the triangles.
The triangle. Those are two things that you have to have in the car. If you get pulled over, police can ask for that.
And we have a full-size spare.
Mm-hmm. So that is the car. It is not a fast car, but it will take us from point A to point B. There is no sunroof, so very, very simple. And
here's the engine.
And you can see the engine.
Simple engine. It's got a hybrid assist. Mm-hmm. So the car moves with the engine power. The hybrid part just assists the engine.
Yes, you cannot run it on battery alone.
Yep.
So again, it's a small engine, so it takes a minute to go around. Let's drive around for a minute and show you how it drives.
Again, nothing too fancy. Very simple. But not bad. Not bad.
It has a vanity mirror on the passenger side, but doesn't have any on the driver's side.
As far as gas mileage goes, this uses regular gas, not diesel.
The good thing about it is that Fiat is a national brand.
Right. So we can get it worked on anywhere by any mechanic, and there's no problem with parts. Question is, can a foreigner buy a car here in Italy? The quick answer is yes. Once you have a tax ID number, you can buy a vehicle. Now, you don't have to be a citizen, but you have to be a resident in order to buy a car. Keep in mind that maintaining and operating a vehicle here in Italy, or Europe for that matter, can be a little bit expensive. Gasoline is quite a bit more expensive here in Europe than it is in the United States. Plus, tolls. You have a lot of toll roads here.
But the car prices in general are pretty reasonable comparing to the States. You can find used cars for just a couple of $1,000s anytime, Facebook Marketplace, places like that. We wanted something a little bit newer, and we didn't want to deal with the paperwork ourselves, so we went through the dealership. Something that you learn really quick when you are living in Italy is that if you can have somebody take care of the bureaucracy part, go ahead and do it. It will add years to your life. So overall, it was a good experience.
If you're willing to get a driver's license and willing to maybe be a little bit more adventurous, I would highly recommend getting an automobile.
Yes, it allows you to reach parts of Italy that you are not going to be able to do it with just public transportation. Now, if you are going to stay in the big city and that's all you want to do,
Rome, Florence, Milan,
then you don't need a car.
No, you can just rent a car when you need one in those cases.
If you have any questions, let us know in the comments, and we're leaving you another video for you to check out.